everyone, Charlene Ortiz here. I just wanted to do another quick, easy little workout that you can do seated from home. And the only thing I'm going to be using today is just some really light free weights, and I'm just going to be using this band right here. So this workout is going to be perfect for those of you that might have some severe limitations, or maybe you're in the middle of a flare-up right now, but you still want to get some movement in, but you don't want to do too much to push yourself. Or for anybody that's just trying to get started and you have certain limitations where it's difficult for you to stand for a long time, and you just want to do some type of movement just to kind of get your body started with some type of exercise, at the same time accommodating some of the limitations you have. And so the key word with this workout is that it's a starting place. It's definitely not something that you should be doing for a long time if it starts to get too easy for you. You definitely want to progress at some point, but again, it'll be just a great place to start. And so first I'm going to start with just a really easy warm-up where all you're going to do is just lift one arm and one leg, and then you're going to switch to the other side. And this is just a really easy, great way to get your blood circulating and to get your body moving and to get your muscles all warmed up. Remember, whenever you're doing any type of workout, it does not matter how simple it is or how difficult it is, you're always keeping your neutral spine, you're always keeping your belly button pulled in towards your chest. And remember the analogy I like to use. Pretend that there is a string attached to your belly button and it's pulling your belly button back in toward your spine to give your back some support. And if you're really concentrating on pulling in those abdominal muscles, then you'll actually feel your abdominals having to work while you're lifting your knees. And so you want to consciously make sure that you're doing that contraction. And so this is a movement that you can do for, I don't know, maybe start with 30 seconds. As you get stronger, you can increase to a minute. And so we'll go ahead and we'll relax with that. The next is going to be very simple. I'm just going to do a bicep curl and then go into a shoulder press. Now there's two different ways that you can do a shoulder press. You can do it with the palms facing completely forward, or you can do it with the palms facing in towards your ears. People that have any type of injury or limitation with their shoulders might feel more comfortable doing it with the palms in facing your ears. If the shoulder press in general is just too challenging for you, or you have injuries that make it difficult for you to do overhead movements, what you can do instead is a bicep curl and then release and do a frontal raise. And then go back, bicep curl, and then frontal raise. And that will still get the anterior deltoids the same way as a shoulder press will. With a shoulder press, the triceps are more engaged with that movement, which is what makes it a little bit more challenging. But the frontal raise can be a good alternative if it's too difficult for you to do the shoulder press. So after you're done with that, we're going to go back into our alternating knee and arm movement. And it does take some coordination, as you can see. And again, you can do this for 30-second intervals and then eventually increase to 1-minute intervals. And so obviously for the sake of time, I'm not going to do like a full minute or anything like that. So once you've done an interval of that, you're going to grab your band and we're going to do an exercise for your back. We're going to do just a basic row. And so with this, you're going to hold the band out in front of you. You're going to be stabilizing with one hand. Again, your shoulders are down, you're in your neutral, your belly button's pulled in, and you're going to take this hand and pull it back next to your body just like that. And again, this will be just like a row movement. Actually, I'm going to turn my hand. No, actually, I'm going to keep pointing down. That'll feel more natural. But yeah, you just want to bring it in close to your body, and this will be getting your rhomboid muscles. Your lats will be engaged a little bit as well. And also the arm that is working to stabilize is also going to be straining, which is one reason why I like this exercise, using the other arm to stabilize for the band. And for this, you'll do 8 to 12 repetitions. And again, you want to make sure that the resistance is going to be challenging so that by the time you're done, with your set, you are feeling some fatigue, you are feeling a little bit of that lactic acid buildup because you are pushing yourself, to a point where your muscles have to work harder than what they're comfortable with, because that's the only way that you're going to get stronger. And you also want to make sure when you're pulling it in, you're keeping your elbow in close to your body as well, and that will help to get a good contraction with those rhomboid muscles. Okay, so after that, we're going to go back to our alternating leg and arm movement. And again, you'll do this for a 30-second to a 1-minute interval. And even though this doesn't look like much, once you start to do it, you'll see that it's a little bit more challenging than how it looks. So after this third interval, you're going to take the band, and now you're going to put it behind your back. You can also do this with tubing, like the kind that have the handles. You can use that as well to do the same movement. So I'm just going to grab my band, put it behind my back, and now I'm just going to do a chest press movement just like this. And again, this whole time I'm keeping my neutral spine, and I'm keeping my abs pulled in nice and tight. And this will be for your tricep muscles will be engaged with this movement. Obviously your pectoralis major, where your major chest muscle is. And again, you'll do 8 to 12 repetitions, making sure that you're doing a resistance that's going to be challenging enough. And you want to make sure where you place it that it is aligned with your chest, that it's not, down here or anything like that, but the placement is in alignment with your chest. Just like that. And then after that, we'll end with just a little ab exercise, something very simple I've done in other videos. So for this, you're gonna, whatever surface you're sitting on, you'll probably use a chair or a couch, but since, I have a back right here, I'm scooting up a little bit. You can also, if you really want to challenge yourself, do this on one of those big resistor balls if you feel stable enough. Or maybe start with this version, and then you can advance yourself onto a big resistor ball, and it will definitely change the whole workout, making it a lot more challenging, but also developing better proprioception, where that muscle brain communication will get even sharper. So when this starts to get easier, go ahead and advance yourself onto the big resistor ball. Okay, so for abs, all we're going to do is just like a little upright seated crunch. So hands will be on your chest. You're going to lean back just a little bit, and again, you're making sure that your belly button is staying pulled in, and you're only going back as far as what feels comfortable for your back. And if you feel your back start to engage, that's when you know that number one, you probably need to engage your abdominals even more so, pulling that belly button in. But if your back is still feeling tension or too much tension from this movement, then you can just reduce your range of motion. And so, but yeah, just go back as far as what your back will let you. And again, you're consciously pulling in those abdominal muscles to make sure that they are the primary muscle engaged when you're doing this simple movement. And again, for this one, you could do maybe 12 to 15 repetitions. And for this whole series, and then you'll relax. For this whole series, you want to do 3 sets of this whole round of exercises that I just did. So you do 1 set of the series, and then you can rest for a minute, and then you'll go on and do 2 more sets after resting for a minute in between each one. And you want to try to do this workout 3 days a week, and just keep yourself consistent and keep yourself committed to it. So again, if you're wanting to start an exercise program and there's a lot of limitations that you have, this is going to be perfect for you just to get started. Of course, always check with your doctor before you begin any exercise program. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this simple little workout. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future uploads for exercises and information to help you improve your quality of life. Of course, if you have any questions, please comment below, and I really try to address any question that somebody has if they're having any type of difficulty. I definitely want to do whatever I can to help you out. So, all right, guys, remember, take care of yourself, protect yourself physically and emotionally, and don't forget, your health is your most valuable asset. Invest in it. Bye-bye.